Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. When I was six, just quitting my mail there. When I was six, my parents first brought us to England, and I was sitting in one of those black taxi cabs in the little Cinderella seat in my little traveling outfit, looking out the window, watching England click by in the rain. And I had a knowing at six that I would live here someday. Well, fast forward many, many years later, and I find myself still living here 35 years after first arriving. And I wouldn't say that it's all been peaches and cream. This certainly wasn't my country, and I resisted it for many, many years, even though I decided to marry a British person and have Yorkshire lads here and raise them here and stay here. My entire adult life has been in England. But finally, after 35 years, I became a British citizen this past Thursday. And it was really very moving, especially when they said there's 20 people here from 16 different countries. And I felt I felt the kind of emotion in the room, the joy of other people and my own joy, because this means that finally I can carry the same passport as my children. I will still keep my American passport as well. But after living here for the majority of my life, I certainly identify with England more than I do the United States, even though that was my birth home. So when we think about our identity and the part of ourselves that we're embracing and the part of ourselves that we're sharing with the world, the face that we're putting out to the world, sometimes we fall into a pattern of taking on the identity or the persona or the profession or the behavior of what our parents want us to be. I had so many friends who went into medical school or becoming a lawyer because that's what their parents wanted them to be, when really they wanted to be an artist or a dancer, right? So sometimes people go through their whole lives living this other identity that they've taken on in order to please the parents or live up to something or prove something. But what I want to ask you to really tune in and think about is, what is your true dream and your true desire for you? What is it that you want to express and give out to the world? What is that authentic part in your deepest of deepest hearts that you want to portray with the world? Now, years ago, and this can change, certainly it has for me. Years ago, I didn't want to have a British passport. I didn't want to own this as my country, but having had my entire adult life here and living here longer than in America, of course I want to embrace it as my own. It is my country, way much more than any other country. I've lived in 5 different countries so far. But so even though it doesn't change me radically as a person, part of my identity has certainly changed over the years to embrace another culture as my own. But it doesn't have to just be culture. This could be a profession, a career, a religion, a spiritual path, a direction, whether you want to be a performer, whether you want to be a lawyer, whether you want to be an out there personality or quiet and inside. We all change as we grow and learn and find out who our authentic truth is. So, what is your authentic truth? My authentic truth is that I love to help people shift. I love to help people think in a different way than they have before, in a way that opens their potential to keep the doors of opportunity and possibility open for them so that they're not closing off any of their possible abilities that may be coming that haven't come to them yet. I like to help people get out of confusion and frustration and have clarity and have clear communication with other people so that you're not projecting out, so that you're not taking things personally, so that you can find a level of peace within yourself, so that you can think positively out in the world, so that your actual energetic vibration that we put out into the world can attract back to you what you truly desire. So that energetically, you're not shooting yourself in the foot every time you say, this is what I would desire, yet then you're backtracking because you're worrying about something or you're not truly believing it at a deep level. So, how can you get as authentic and true to yourself as you possibly can? First, you got to know who you are and what it is, what container you want to be to hold that vision and that feeling of yourself and what you want to put out into the world. And then you got to go in and get deep and get real and honest with yourself to figure out what kind of thoughts, what kind of behaviors are not serving you to be that person that you know you have the potential to be. To be that person so that your heart can sing with joy every single day. It is a practice. If that interests you, contact me. My course is starting again in the end of this month, February 27th, and I'd really love to have that phone call with you. If you're wondering why you are stuck and keep repeating the same patterns over and over, even though you know it's not good for you, why you keep saying the same stuff when you feel the words coming out of your mouth and you're thinking, oh no, come back, come back. Why did I say that? When you're stuck in a repeating loop, when you're having thoughts that spiral you down instead of lifting you up with joy, any of these things I would love to speak with you about so that we can see if we're a really good fit to work together. And so I really look forward to hearing from you. Private message me and let's have that call now. Lots of love. I look forward to meeting you, the true and authentic you. Bye for now.